We are learning new details about the victims of the Michigan State University mass shooting as the community prepares to hold a vigil to honor them tonight. Plus, we're sharing a sneak peek of Governor Evers' budget proposal and how you can watch his address to the legislature this evening. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for joining us. An alert day is expected to bring snow to parts of southern Wisconsin. Let's head over to the Weather Center meteorologist Greg Barnhart as look at our first warm forecast. Things shifting a bit.
Yeah, shifting to the southeast. Like I said, a lot of the area may pick up 1 to the northwest or 7 to the south. There's going to be quite a bit of gradient with this. So just because we have 1 to 7 doesn't mean everyone's going to get that 7. A lot of people get much less than that. Right now, cloudy conditions from the system that's passed to the northeast of us. We're going to keep those clouds, low clouds most of the day. A little bit breezy, the wind should diminish, but overall just a little bit colder than what we're used to, but overall not bad for temperature-wise. Cloud cover, you can see we're kind of departing, but we're getting more high clouds beginning to push up to the northeast, so we're not going to see much of a break of any sun today. Northwest winds are going to start to diminish, but still pretty breezy, kind of raw out there. Typically what we've seen the last few days when it's been in almost the 50s. Right now, temperatures right now around the mid-30s for most of the area. There's the one system to the north that's passing and lifting to the north. The other big complex is the one that's going to hit us. That's in the southwest. It's also going to pose a severe weather threat for the southern part of the U.S. later tonight, too. So it's a pretty big complex of a system. So coming up later in the broadcast, we're going to really break down, oops, we jumped ahead there on that one. We're going to break down basically how much snow, when the timing of the snow comes, and how cold it might get for Friday.
All right, lots going on.
Yes.
We'll check back. Thank you, Greg. Stay up to date on the weather in your area on our First Warn Forecast weather app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, school closings, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. Happening tonight, Governor Tony Evers will present his budget proposal to the state legislature. In the coming months, lawmakers will then debate how to spend the state's budget surplus of more than $7 billion. It's the largest surplus in state history. The governor has already revealed some key parts of his budget plan. That includes a proposed 10% tax cut for Wisconsinites making $100,000 per year or less, or couples making $150,000 or less. Public schools would also get more than $2 billion, $1 billion for the state's general formula, and more than $1 billion for special education programs. The proposal also addresses the teacher shortage and school nutrition. The governor is also proposing initiatives to protect renters in the state, invest in affordable housing in Milwaukee, and expand legal help for low-income renters. The proposal also sets aside nearly $300 million for the Milwaukee Brewers to help fund repairs to American Family Field. In exchange, the Brewers would have to stay in Milwaukee through 2043. You can watch a live stream of the governor's budget announcement on our news app and on channel3000.com beginning tonight at 7. A 16-year-old girl who police say seriously injured another teen in a stabbing on Madison's north side is back in court today. The teen was initially charged in adult court, but today's hearing will decide if she should be charged in juvenile court. Therefore, we are not naming her. Madison police say the stabbing stemmed from a disturbance at Warner Park where the girl allegedly stabbed the victim. The victim has since undergone surgery and is expected to survive. Right now, Madison police are investigating a shots fired incident on Madison's north side. Several residents on Straubel Court near Madison Area Technical College reported hearing gunshots just after 11:30 last night. Officers found shell casings and a vehicle that was damaged. They say the vehicle was occupied at the time of the shooting. No injuries reported and no arrests were made. Michigan State University will hold a vigil tonight to honor the victims of Monday's deadly shooting. We're learning more about those who died and hearing from students who are sharing their tales of survival. Roxana Saberi has more.
Oh my God.
Just after 8:15 p.m. Monday, an emergency alert instructed students to run, hide, or if there was no other option, fight.
We had went to the bathroom and we barricaded the door with a couch and we just turned all the lights off.
That harrowing account was similarly shared by many as law enforcement swarmed MSU's campus. Police say a more than 3-hour search for the shooter ensued before he fatally shot himself at an off-campus location.
This will always be in the back of my mind.
19-year-old freshman Ryan Cullihan told us he called his family as he hid in the library with his girlfriend.
Did you ever think this could be the last time I'm speaking to my family?
It crossed my mind, yeah, multiple times.
The students killed in the shooting are Ariel Anderson, who wanted to be a pediatrician. Brian Frazier, the president of his fraternity, and Alexandria Verner, an all-state athlete.
Iconic human being.
Billy Schellenbarger is the superintendent of Clawson Public Schools, where Verner was previously a high school student.
Her heart was huge. Her kindness and compassion were second to none.
According to law enforcement, the gunman had no ties to MSU, but he did have a criminal record and was sentenced to a year of probation in 2019 for illegally carrying a concealed weapon without a proper permit.
He's always popping off some rounds.
Neighbors say they regularly heard him firing a weapon in the backyard of the Lansing home where he lived with his parents.
We've heard the shots and stuff, and we'd be like, what the heck?
Here at the MSU Spartan statue, a tribute to the victims is growing. A vigil will be held for them tonight. Roxana Saberi, CBS News, East Lansing, Michigan.
And 5 students remain hospitalized in critical condition. Meanwhile, tense moments in a Buffalo courtroom today when a man rushed at the grocery store mass shooter during a sentencing hearing. The man in the gray sweatshirt was quickly blocked by security. The gunman was taken out of the courtroom. It happened during a victim impact statement. The 19-year-old pleaded guilty in November to multiple charges, including 10 counts of first-degree murder. The teen was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Meanwhile, Ohio residents remain reluctant to accept official advice that it's safe to return home following a train derailment. The accident in East Palestine sent toxic plumes of smoke into the air. There have been numerous reports in recent days of respiratory issues, burning eyes, and dead wildlife, including at least 3,500 confirmed dead fish killed by contamination. 5 of the train cars were carrying vinyl chloride, a highly combustible chemical linked to a higher risk of some kinds of cancer. Crews conducted a controlled release of the carcinogen to reduce the risk of an explosion.
When you have combustion or burning, you create all sorts of different byproducts. It's important to understand to cast a wide net when you're testing because you want to narrow out and rule out chemicals that could pose an acute health risk or linger around.
The governor and other officials lifted the town's evacuation order a week ago after health officials said air quality was back to acceptable levels and the city's main water supply was safe. Well, as many as 60 million people suffer from seasonal allergies in the U.S., and health officials say you can limit symptoms before they even start. Allergist Flavia Hoyt with National Jewish Health recommends a steroid nasal spray. There are some over the counter, but Hoyt says to make sure it is a nasal steroid. Check with your doctor if you're unsure.
Using that, 2 sprays per nostril on a daily basis helps kind of minimize the inflammation. It takes a couple weeks to build up in your system, and then when the pollen really comes full force, you're ready to fight it.
Hoyt says over-the-counter therapies like antihistamines, whether it's a pill or nasal spray, may help as well as naval irrigation devices like a neti pot. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Ford puts a pause on one of its popular electric vehicles, and the restaurant chain Subway could be up for sale. That's coming up in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Furniture and Appliance Mart's President's Day weekend blowout event is here. Find doorbuster appliances like this Frigidaire built-in dishwasher, now just $549. Or the Samana side-by-side refrigerator, now just $499. At Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new Ab-EX from Sono Bello.
Doctor, after my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me really self-conscious.
It's not your fault. That stubborn fat and excess skin is extremely hard to get rid of with diet and exercise alone.
That's exactly why I went to Sono Bello. I really trust their team of experts, and I finally got the flat stomach I had always wanted.
Introducing Ab-EX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
Ab-EX is a great alternative to a tummy tuck. So that stomach overhang that you mentioned becomes a flat, tight tummy fast with minimal downtime.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now to learn more about Ab-EX by Sono Bello. Call 1-800-848-9429 or go to sonobello.com.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
Like our $9.99 XLNY pizza. It's everything you'd expect from a classic New York-style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Race to savings on your plumbing project at Menards. Nobody has more Richmond water heaters in stock, like this 50-gallon hybrid electric water heater. It's the smartest and most efficient water heater on the market. Now on sale for $1499.99. Update your bath. The Elate frameless shower door by Kohler creates a sleek, minimalist look. Available in different finishes for any style. Matte Black is on sale for $589. Race to savings now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. Because around here, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after a car accident or return to the job following an injury, it's us fighting the odds and the insurance company to make sure you get the compensation you and your family deserve. No one loves a great comeback story more than Lawton Cates, which motivates us to fight for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates. Call us today.
Ashley Home Store's President's Day weekend blowout is here. This Saturday through Monday, get the very best deals of the season on our furniture doorbusters for your living room, dining room, and bedroom, now up to 60% off. This weekend only at Ashley Home Store.
Consumer prices in January rose 6.4% over the last year. The number shows inflation moderating at slightly less than December's increase of 6.5%, though it is still higher than economists' predictions. Core inflation, which excludes food and energy cost, increased at an annual rate of 5.6%, also higher than economists' predictions. Some analysts believe the numbers will lead the Fed to continue with rate hikes in the coming months. Ford is pausing production of its popular F-150 Lightning electric vehicle to investigate a potential battery issue. A spokesperson said so far the company is unaware of any incidents on the roads. This comes one day after Ford announced it is investing $3.5 billion into a new battery plant in Michigan. Ford also says it's slashing almost 4,000 jobs in Europe as it focuses on its U.S. EV operations. And Subway is exploring a possible sale of the company. The Connecticut-based sandwich chain has been privately owned since its founding in 1965. In a statement, Subway said there is no timetable for a sale or even if it will go through with one. Subway is one of the world's largest restaurant chains with 37,000 outlets in more than 100 countries. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials down 157. The NASDAQ up 19, but the S&P 500 is off 16. Our call for action volunteers are in the building taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. You're taking a live look at the Call for Action studio. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can call right now for action, 608-270-2833, or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Well, Valentine's Day was not a happy day for fans of Internet Explorer. Microsoft announced it officially disabled Internet Explorer yesterday. The tech giant permanently disabled the older web browser on its desktop. Internet Explorer debuted in 1995 as part of Windows 95 and at one point commanded 95% of the market. Microsoft announced in June of last year that it was retiring the browser. Now, users who click on the icon are being redirected to Microsoft Edge. Today's egg prices are next, along with Greg's snowy forecast. And then today on Live at 4, Lisa Briggs with the Bruce Company will be here to answer all your plant and garden questions. That's coming up at 4.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
Nothing
Nothing beats a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhoffels. Tempur-Pedic mattresses are designed to make aches and pains a thing of the past by relieving pressure points and supporting the body as no other mattress can. Right now, save up to $500 on adjustable base sets, plus get $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Queen Tempur-Pedics start at just $38 per month when you use Steinhoffels 72-month financing. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
Tomorrow, you will be waking up to another snowy alert day. I'm tracking this storm to give you the latest snow impacts where you live.
And we'll take you on the live drive to check out area road conditions before you head out the door.
Join us right here tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
We're tracking another winter storm for late Wednesday night and Thursday with a first warned weather alert day in the forecast. Several inches of snow is likely for most of us, and heavy snow greater than 6 inches is possible for some. Stay connected with First Warned Weather on channel3000.com and the First Warned Weather app.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report is out of the radio barn today. She'll be back tomorrow, so here are your farm numbers. Well, the restaurant business can be tough, and the pandemic hit the industry particularly hard. But as Michael George shows us, some social media influencers are now using their platforms to support small restaurants.
Amrit Paul Singh came to New York from India to start his own restaurant. He named it Angel after his daughter. But just 6 months after opening, the pandemic shut down the city.
COVID was very tough for you.
Yes, very tough. Sometime I came here, I don't get any single customer here and I go home back.
But recently, he got a boost from an unexpected place, social media.
Angel Indian Restaurant rightly became known for their biryani, but the Adaraki lamb might be our favorite dish here.
Cy Willis and Lauren McGill are food influencers. Their channel, Consuming Couple, has more than 400,000 followers on TikTok. They like to highlight smaller, lesser-known spots, like Angel.
How do you find these places?
Yeah, really just diving into the research. I like going down a few rabbit holes and just seeing what we can find.
We like to try new stuff, and we don't want to get stuck in our own little bubble.
Just one post from Consuming Couple brought in crowds of new customers.
They actually help me a lot here. I get maybe 100 customers here. They tell me I see your video in Instagram also and TikTok also.
My dish, it's gotta be torched on fire tableside.
Nom Life, an LA-based food blog with 300,000 followers, also encourages viewers to try hidden gems in their community.
So for us, it's really always been really passionate about highlighting local restaurants and businesses.
You just have to get out there and try. Like sometimes you're gonna like it, sometimes you're not, sometimes you'll love it, but it's all part of the experience.
Giving their followers a taste of something new while giving restaurants a helping hand. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
And a marketing industry survey found 62% of consumers say they're more likely to try something if it's recommended by an influencer they follow. Here's our weather influencer, Greg, over at the weather board. What do you got?
I'm only in sales, not production, all right? So I wish. But I'll try to sell you this forecast. It seems like a snowy Thursday once again. But anyway, here we got winter storm watches out right now for southern Wisconsin. Winter storm warnings for further north. Like I said, they may upgrade these, but you see the sharp cutoff. It's going to be a very narrow window, and it has been sliding a little bit further south with the heaviest snow. Areas to the north of this will see snow, but not much. If we kind of break this down in 3 areas, one here, one in the middle, and then one kind of north of Prairie du Chien to Dell's line. Really further north you go, you'll have some light snow or flurries. No moderate heavy snow is expected. Breezy conditions up here. I don't see a lot of travel issues, but it will be on and off snow. You just won't get a lot of accumulation from it. The middle section, basically about a 151 highway up to about maybe State Road 60 or the Wisconsin River. You got a potential for moderate snow maybe from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I think that's the best accumulation. The winds will start kicking up, especially in the higher elevations. That could be blowing and drifting. The lighter, fluffier snow will tail off to the evening. South of this, I think that's even the heavier. That's probably where you get more of the heavier snow. It's a little bit later. As you see down here, the time frame is a little bit different, but blowing and drifting, I think 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., that's when the heaviest will be south of Madison. So it's kind of broken up into 3 areas here, but you see very narrow windows. So down here, 7, up there, maybe less than 1 inch. So that's the reason with this. Right now, the system, once departing here, that'll keep the cloud cover overhead and those strong northerly winds, but they are starting to drop off. Here's the system beginning to eject out of the Intermountain West. It'll get to the plains. Very complex system. Severe weather to the south, pretty enhanced amount of activity. They will see some tornadoes down there. That is a system that's really going to bring us our snow, but also the severe weather to the south, too. If we time this out, you can see it begin to push up here. There he comes, the little showers and thunderstorms to the south. The snow will start spreading. It will take some time because it's so dry at the surface. We'll start seeing snow spread up to the area by later tonight, more likely tomorrow morning's commute. Like I said, the heaviest will be around noon or thereafter. You'll see it begin to spread south, northeast and then begin to lift northeast pretty quickly. It's not really that strong of a system, and you can kind of see it never really comes together in the sense of getting a real good closed low, spinning around for a while, just kind of quickly moves to the northeast. So that's why we're not expecting a lot of snow from it as much, but still pretty good amounts. You can see this. Probably not going to reach the ground here just because it's too dry, but you'll see that begin to expand here as we go closer to about 4:35 a.m. I think that's when we'll start seeing more of the light snow spread across southern Wisconsin. It'll then continue on. You'll see the winds pick up out of the northeast. That'll keep our temperatures about the mid-20s. We will not see any temperatures above freezing like we saw last system. Begin to spread out. That's the heavier stuff between 10 a.m., I think, and about 2 p.m. And then you see the back edge start to come later in the afternoon. Winds will still remain gusty through the afternoon and evening, so blowing and drifting, pushing east, temperatures not budging much. It'll set up more colder conditions as we go until Friday, which means we'll definitely go back. Snow amounts, 1 to 2. That's even getting kind of edge a little bit too high. 2 to 4, 4 to 7. Once again, it's a very narrow window. You may not see a lot down here. You'll see a lot. You get north of like Lone Rock and those areas, not much at all really with this. That's the one thing. You will notice a drop in the temperatures come Friday. Like I said, well below average, 24 for a high. We'll swing around and get back up into the 40s for the weekend, so the weekend looks fairly nice once again. And then it starts getting snow and coldy next week, and yeah, once again, we might see snow on Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, once again, which seems to be a story for the last month and a half here. So we can't really break that cycle.
But this is going to be a different snow than the last one's going to be.
It's light and fluffy. The snow ratios that we say are much higher, so it'll blow around. It won't be hard to shovel either. It won't be that, as we call that, wet slop stuff that we had last week.
I heard somebody call it puke snow. But
yeah, they call it in the West when it's puking snow like that, pretty heavy.
All right, we'll keep an eye on things. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If you like the unexpected, you'll love what we're making today. Or at least we expect you to. Does that even make sense?
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Do you feel stuck living in a cold and drafty home? Well, there's a better solution than just turning up the heat. Because heating your home is by far the most expensive part of your energy bills. At USA Insulation, we fix cold homes. Most houses are built with builder's grade insulation. So when we fill your walls with our high efficiency foam, your house stays warm without turning up the heat. which saves you a lot of money. So call now and save up to 30% with the brand new energy credit.
USA Insulation.
Do you want to create your dream home? Then you should attend the Madison Build, Remodel, and Landscape Show, where admission is free this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only at the Monona Terrace Convention Center. Make contacts, hire contractors, explore the best in kitchens, baths, and custom remodeling, windows, doors, and room additions. Whatever improvements your home needs, you'll find solutions at the Build, Remodel, and Landscape Show. Free admission this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only at the Monona Terrace Convention Center.
With reliable COVID-19 results in just 15 minutes, everyone is making room for Binax Now in their medicine cabinet.
Do we still need these pregnancy tests?